The Irish Psychic Show, for all your psychic needs, live on Internet Radio. For your chance to get a reading with Irish Psychic, simply Skype Tarot Free or call the studio 01 44 34 357. International add +353. This show is packed full of psychic readings and advice, so make sure you join the fan page. Details can be found via irishpsychic.net.
Hello, you're all very welcome to the Irish Psychic Show for March the 13th, 2013. I was actually going to say 2012. Why do I always think it's 2012? It just doesn't seem right, but it is 2013. So, hello, you're very welcome to the show. It is now 1 minute past 11 and I am live until 12 midnight here tonight on the Irish Psychic Show. If you would like to get a free reading on the show, it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is just log on to irishpsychic.net, click on the radio show, where you should be listening into the show now, and simply comment there with your question. And please do include your location. It's always important to know where the listeners are asking their questions from. If you're on Facebook, and hopefully you are, and you've joined the event, which is Free Psychic Readings March the 13th, well then you can just ask your question there via that event page. And there is a very special competition running tonight as well, and I will be announcing the winner at the very end of the show. And all you need to do, it's pretty straightforward. If you've joined that event via Facebook, just change your profile to the picture that's there, which is my Irish Psychic logo. And once you've done that, then I'll be picking the winner at the end of the show. And there's only 3 people who've done it so far, so you're in with a very good chance. And don't worry, for the people who've changed their profile picture to the orange logo, don't worry, you're still in the draw. But the other logo that's up there now, which is the Irish Psychic logo, if you've changed your profile picture to that, well then you're in the draw near the end of the show. And I will be announcing that winner just before I go off air. And the prize is a private mini reading with myself. So even if you don't want to get a question answered on the show tonight, well, hopefully you will win that, and you'll be able to I'll be able to answer your question there privately for you. And another way of getting in contact with this show is the Psychic line. It is open now, so if you'd like to leave your telephone, or if you'd like to ring the telephone number, should I say, and leave your name, followed by your question and your location as well, all you need to do is dial the number, which is 01 443 43 57, and outside of Ireland it's 00353 1443 43 57, and the line, or the call cost should I say, will only be 15 cent or 20 cent depending on which network you're with. And if you're calling from an Aircom landline, it should be free depending on what package you have, but we have the package where it is free to call landline. So hopefully you will get in touch with the show, and you have a 90% better chance of getting a psychic reading on the show if you dial that number, which is 01 443 43 57, and it will say please hold while we try to connect you to Irish Psychic. Then it will say I'm unavailable because I'm in the studio at the moment, and then just leave your name followed by your question followed by your location as well. It is that straightforward. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, and after this I'll be answering the first question sent into the show, so do join me after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball, the answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
No sé por qué me sigues haciendo esto. Cualquier cosa que haga no es suficiente. estoy cansada de esta locura.
There you go, that was Catherine Cassell with Running Into You. Okay, it's time for my first reading of the night, so if you've asked a question via the Facebook page, hopefully you will be getting a question answered on tonight's show. And don't forget, I'm here until 12 midnight, and if you've missed the show tonight, some people go to bed early, not like myself, even though I should. But if you do miss the show, you can catch the podcast, and the podcast is available via iTunes. Simply search for Irish Psychic, and the other alternative way of listening to the podcast is just via the page again, which is irishpsychic.net, and click on the radio tab there, and it will play the last broadcast show. So there is no excuse if you do ask a question to listen back to make sure if you've got a reading or not. And speaking of readings, I am giving a private reading to one of the lucky listeners on tonight's show, and all you need to do is just join the event on Facebook. So just go to my Facebook page, which is Irish Psychic. Like the page if you haven't done so already, and that is the page with over 12,000 fans. Simply click on the events tab and you'll see there where it says free psychic readings March the 13th 2013. Just join that and then simply change your profile to my logo. I know it sounds complicated, but once you join that event you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But you just change your profile picture on Facebook to my logo, and anyone who does that will be in the draw near the end of the show, and I will be announcing the winner just before I go off air. Okay, so the first person I'd like to read for, and thank you very much for all the people getting in touch with the show tonight, is Catherine Marr. And Catherine just wants to find out, what does the near future hold for myself, my partner and his family? No problem at all, Catherine, so I'm just shuffling the cards. And what I'm actually just going to do is I'm just going to focus on yourself, Catherine, because I am on air and I do try and get through as many people as possible because I'm only here for the hour. But if you'd like to purchase a private readings start from €3, which is £2, which is $4. So again, if you would like to go into more in-depth information regarding that, just simply purchase it via irishpsychic.net. Okay, they've just told me to stop, Catherine, and I'm just laying out the cards now. Right, at the moment, Catherine, what they're indicating here, it's like if you've kind of hit a brick wall, so to speak, because we have the Chariot card here in the reverse position. And when the Chariot card comes up in the reverse position, it can have an indication here, like if things are just kind of difficult at the moment, and it's like if you feel that you're not kind of going anywhere in life at the moment. Now, that's not the case at all. Just sometimes, we're faced with these obstacles that we just have to kind of see through, and we have to kind of go, do you know what? I'm going to face this, and if it means that, I'm going to kind of, sometimes we have to kind of, go down first rather than, kind of being kind of energetic, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that, that you're feeling very low at the moment, but it's like if things have just got the better of you and you're kind of thinking, do you know what, what's the point? Shall I give up or, shan't I? And sometimes, with regards families, we're dealing with other people's, kind of families, and we don't want to get involved, but yet we are involved because we're with them in terms of our partners, etc. And that sometimes can have a negative effect on ourselves as well, especially if we have different it's like if I see you doing one thing but someone else is telling you no, do it a different way, but you're the person that knows best. So they're kind of indicating here just to stick with your guns and kind of just go, do you know what, I know best, I'm the mum, I can do it, what I want to do because I am the person that knows them best. That's the kind of best description that Spirit is actually giving me at the moment. It's like if things have been, quite difficult and you're, thinking, should you take on someone else's opinions? But the answer is no to this. Although you can listen, it just means, make it kind of seem that you are listening, but kind of do it in a different roundabout way, if that makes sense, of your own how you want to deal with the situation. And the good news is you have the star card here, Catherine, and when the star card comes up, it's one of the major cards, and again, a major card just means that there's a higher significance placed on this particular card, and it is a wish coming true, and that's something really, really positive for you. So it's something that you need to stay focused on as well. Now, they are indicating here as well, Catherine, with the Four of Cups. I'm not too sure if you're planning on more children, but when this card comes up, it usually means an increase in the family. So again, let me know, please. I would love to hear back from you, and I do hope that that has helped you. And again, speaking of the readings that I'm doing tonight, if you have had a reading with me, I would greatly appreciate your feedback. All you need to do is just log on to irishpsychic.net, click on the Facebook feedback tab, and there you can leave your feedback for your reading, and I would really, really appreciate that. So thank you very much as well, Catherine, for sending in your question. Okay, the next person that I'd like to read from, I'm just going through all the questions here, and there is loads of questions, so thank you very much. And if you've just joined me at the moment, it's now 12 minutes past 11. There is still plenty of time to get a reading on the show, and if you would like to invite your friends to the event that you've joined, which is the free psychic readings tonight, simply click on the invite friend button and you can send out as many invites as you want. The more the merrier, as they say. Okay, the next person I'd like to read for is Amanda Reed, and you're just looking for a past, present and future. No problem at all, Amanda, so I'm just shuffling the cards. And they've just told me to stop, so I'm just looking at the cards now. Right, what they're indicating here, Amanda, is kind of a complete fresh start. It's like if one particular thing has happened in the past, because we have the Nine of Swords here, and that's the frustration and the kind of confusion card. And when this particular card comes up, it can have an impact on terms of relationships from the past, and that's what they're kind of focusing on here at the moment. It's like if either an ex is still around you and still kind of communicating with you, because we have the King of Cups there as well, and that's in the upright position. It's like if there is that particular person either getting back in touch with you or speaking again to you, and you're kind of wondering, what should you do? Now, because the Tower card is in the reverse position, the Tower card is one of the major cards, they're kind of indicating here just to be friends with this particular person. I don't see any romance with this person, and even if you wanted the romance, I don't think it would actually happen. I don't think this person is going to give you kind of just the time of day, so to speak, is the best way of putting it, because that's what they're indicating here. So I don't want to kind of be kind of putting it down. Maybe you do have an awful lot of feelings for this particular person, but they're kind of indicating here just stay friends with this particular person. I don't see it kind of going any further than that. And the reason why I'm saying that is we have the Three of Swords, and that's in the upright position, and on that particular card here, Amanda, there is 3 swords and a love heart, and it's just kind of like if you're going to get kind of stabbed in the back again, not literally, but it's in terms of how your previous ex may have treated you, so you need to be very careful of that as well. And the other news that they're indicating here from the cards is we have the Seven of Cups, and that's in the future. And what they're indicating here, Amanda, is there's definitely a move on the cards for you. And usually when this particular card comes up, especially around the Three of Wands, it's kind of an indication here that it's not kind of going to be in Ireland. It's probably going to be the UK or someplace like that. So I do hope that that has answered your question, and thank you very much as well for sending in your question to the show tonight. Okay, it's time for another quick break. If you would like to get in touch with the show, I am going to be taking voice calls on the show tonight, and all you need to do is just dial 01 443 43 57, and if you're outside of Ireland, the number to call is 00353 43 43 57, and I will be answering some of those voice messages throughout the show as well. And as I've mentioned, you have a 90% better chance of getting a reading on the show if you leave one of those voice messages. Do join me after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
I'm here to have a party 'cause it's Friday night. I got my best shirt on, I'm feeling so high. And music is the drug, it makes me feel alive. You're hanging with your girls and you say you wanna dance. I'm checking with my big boys. Yo, what's up? Oh, yeah. No romance on the dance floor. Yeah. Step aside, let me show you what it's there for. Let me check you out, tear you down, build you up, tease you with some sexy words. I'm a naughty puppy. I wanna see you smile. Get your chance, take it. Chill for a while. I wanna see you shake it. I didn't come here looking for no dirty love. I'm just hanging with my boys, rocking in the club. But if you're gonna put those moves on me,
There you go, that was Dean Anthony and Just Wanna Party. Okay, time for another reading. So if you've sent in your question to the show, fingers crossed I will be reading for you on tonight's show. So I'm just going through all the questions, and thank you very much for all the questions sent in tonight. There is loads of questions, so hopefully I will be answering your question. But don't forget, there is a competition tonight. If you change your profile picture to my logo, which you can see there via the event page, you are in the draw, and it's only the people who change their profile picture to my logo will be in that draw, and I will be announcing the winner just when it comes up to 11:55, so not long left. So if you haven't done that yet, please make sure you do that before 5 to 12. Okay, the next person I'd like to read for, there's loads of questions, so the next person I'd like to read for, where is that question gone? There was a question there. It's from Carmel Nugent. Will a certain worry I have be sorted real soon, please? Okay, Carmel, so I'm just gathering the cards. And as you can hear, I'm just shuffling them now. And when Spirit tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards. If you've just joined me as well, it's now 20 minutes past 11 here in Ireland. I do hope you stay with me until 12 midnight. And don't forget, the telephone line is open if you'd like to leave a message on the psychic line. It's not going to cost you a fortune. It is just a normal landline number. And once you dial the number, it'll say, please hold while we try to connect you to Irish Psychic. Just leave your name, followed by your question and your location as well. And that number is 01443 43 57. And outside of Ireland, it's 00353 43 43 57. Okay, they've just told me to stop, Carmel. I'm just laying out the cards now, and you're just inquiring, will a certain worry I have be sorted real soon, please? So I'm just laying out the cards now. Right, the answer is yes to that particular question here, Carmel. They're actually giving me 3 months. So I'm not too sure if that's good news or bad news in terms of, the time that you're waiting. So please do let me know or send me a PM. But we have the 5 of scepters in the upright position, and on that particular card there is the horseshoe, which is the symbol of luck. So it is mainly a card here that when this particular card comes up, it's kind of to keep the faith is the best way of putting it, and kind of put everything that's happened in the past, leave it in the past if you can. It's like if there's an awful lot of issues that have gone on, but they're indicating here that it's kind of a 3-month period for this to be sorted out, or less than 3-month period, should I say. So I do hope that has answered your question, and thank you very much as well for sending in your question to the show. The next person that I'd like to read for is, where is the next question? Aoife Fitzgerald. Would love a general reading, please. Anything interesting coming up in my life, and thanks. No problem at all, Aoife. So I'm just shuffling the cards, and Aoife is in the draw because she changed her picture to the Irish Psychic logo. So congratulations, Aoife, and make sure you do listen out for the winners at the end of the show. Okay, they just told me to stop, Aoife, and I'm just looking at the cards now. Again, I would love to do a general reading. Mainly a general reading takes 30 minutes, but I'm just seeing what comes up here. With regards, quite interesting cards here. The cards that are after coming up are, we have the Youth of Swords in the reverse position, we have the 4 of Wands in the reverse position, we have the Horseman of Cups in the upright position, and we also have the 5 of Swords in the upright position. They're kind of indicating here with regards love life, Aoife. I'm not too sure if things are kind of going in the right direction for you. Again, please let me know. It's always good to get your feedback, but if you'd like, just send me a PM via the Irish Psychic fan page. Just click on the message, button there. But usually the 5 of Swords is about an escape from a relationship. And it's quite interesting that this came up beside the Horseman of Cups here, because the Horseman of Cups is usually regarding a relationship. So maybe, I'm not too sure if, it's a new relationship, or if you're, in a long-term relationship. Again, let me know. But usually when this particular card comes up, it's usually kind of, it's like if there has been some difficulties, but I'm not too sure if you feel like walking away or what's the best option. But I don't think that you should. I kind of think that, every relationship has its, ups and downs. And in this case, I feel like it's just kind of, if you're going through a bad patch, because the next card that I pulled, just to see what Spirit would have to say, is the 6 of Cups. And when the 6 of Cups comes up, it's kind of the outcome of the situation, that everything will be okay. So, sometimes when we're in a relationship and things have been, difficult, it can have a negative impact on ourselves. We kind of think, that's never going to, work itself out. It will, and it's just something that you need to remain positive about. So I do hope that has made sense. And again, if you'd like, just please send me a private message via Facebook to let me know your thoughts on that. So thank you once again for sending your question as well. Don't forget, if you did click on the going, or join, should I say, via the event page, you must type your question on the wall. It's very important that you type your question on the wall. Okay, the next person I'd like to read for is Aisling McDonald. Hey, any insight into the near future? Aisling in Carla. No problem at all, Aisling. So I'm just shuffling the cards. And when Spirit tell me to stop, I'll stop, and I'll lay out the cards for your reading. Just letting you know as well, the Irish Psychic Show is live Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 11pm. So if you don't get a reading on tonight's show, you will be able to join the Friday night's show as well. Now, just before I lay out the cards for you, Aisling, I'm just getting a migraine, and usually that's a sign of something that maybe you suffer with. Again, I can't diagnose health-related issues, but if I do pick up on anything, I do have to pass it on. But again, I do stress that you would need to go and see the doctor regarding that. But usually, when I get these kind of migraines, it's usually for the person that I'm sitting for, in terms of, yourself. So I'm not too sure if you're doing exams or if there's something, bothering you. But usually when, something happens like that, I do have to pass it on in relation to that. So I do hope that makes sense. What they're indicating here, Aisling, you do actually have kind of the study card here, which is the Four of Wands, and that's in the reverse position. So I'm not too sure if you've been thinking of going back to, college to do some study, or if you're in college at the moment and maybe you're finding things a little bit difficult. It's like if I see kind of a hesitancy around this particular situation, because we have the Fool card here, and the Fool card is always about someone, taking a risk. And because it's in the reverse position, it's like if you're afraid to kind of, do something new, or you're not too sure of what kind of path to kind of choose. And the reason why I'm saying the kind of path to choose is we have the Lovers card here, and when the Lovers card comes up, especially in the upright position, it's always about a path that needs to be chosen. And sometimes we fear of making the wrong decision, but it's something that you need to make in order to kind of learn from. And we've all been there, we've all made decisions in the past where we weren't happy with, but you do learn from them. I'm not going to say that you're never going to make them again, but it's something that sometimes makes us stronger in terms of ourselves and in terms of, our life experience as well. So that's kind of the key message that they're kind of passing on at the moment, Aisling. And finally, the last card that you have is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups just shows commitment. So it's like if, maybe you were thinking of giving up on something, but because this particular card came up, they're showing here to stay committed. So I do hope that has answered your question. And thank you very much as well for sending in your question to the show. The next person I'd like to read for, actually, I'm going to go to my main page, which is irishpsychic.net. So if you've asked a question via that page, I'm now automatically going over to that page. So bear with me, because it wasn't actually typed into the address bar. So I'm just going to it now. So if you've asked a question via the irishpsychic.net page, now is your chance to listen up, because I may be reading for you. So the next person I'd like to read for is Sinead. Sinead has just said, the night before my granddad died, I had a dream of him dying. Do you think he was trying to send me a signal? Well, in terms of dreams, Sinead, a lot of people, get, dreams that are very, very, very visual. And sometimes it can be a message in terms of what's going to happen. And for anyone who has had a dream like that, it is something that you should, pay note to, but also tell someone about it as well. And I know it may be kind of frightening for you, having, the next day that your granddad did die. But, sometimes when we have these, messages, it is kind of just a message that needs to be passed on. Maybe, if your granddad, it's like if, usually when, people fear, or we have kind of dreams about death and someone passing over, it's kind of like the relief as well, in terms of, kind of the release of, I don't know how to say it, it's kind of difficult to kind of say it, but it's like if there's an awful lot of stuff that has happened, and it's like his way of kind of saying to you, I'm going to be okay, if that makes sense. It's like if there's been difficulties, or there's kind of an awful lot of stress, maybe he was sick, and it's his way of saying, I am, going to be fine. And all the time, when someone passes over, people want to get a message from them, and it's just about listening to, the signs. If there's a, a certain song played on the radio, something like that, even a book, when you're in a bookstore and, you see a particular book, it could be just a headline that you see, and that would be, a reminder or a memory of your granddad, something like that. Now, what I am going to do is I'm just going to pull a card just to see what comes up. So I'm just gathering the cards now, Sinead, and we'll just see what card comes up. But I do just want to see what Spirit have to say as well in relation to this. So I'm just shuffling the cards. And they've just told me to stop. I'm just looking at the cards now. Right, quite interesting, the cards that are after coming up here, Sinead, because we have the Horseman of Cups in the reverse position, we have the Lovers card in the reverse position, and we also have the Three of Cups in the reverse position, which is the Commitment card. Now, this is already after coming up, but it's after coming up in the reverse position this time, and also the Lovers card. It's like what they're kind of indicating here from the cards, Sinead, is it's like if you are kind of thinking, what am I supposed to do? What job am I supposed to do? where am I supposed to be going in life? And sometimes when we sit back and we kind of think, what am I supposed to be doing? And we're not getting the answers, it can be quite difficult to move on. And they're kind of saying here, and it's like from the cards, they're saying here, just take time out to yourself and kind of go and think to yourself, what would I really love to do in my life? And you will actually, get that vision, you will actually get that thought. And it's just, when you go to sleep at night time, just look for that dream. And when you're in a dream, I know it sounds strange, but don't be afraid to ask questions. So, if you can, ask those questions to whoever is in the dream with you and listen to the answers that you get back. Because there will be somebody from Spirit that will be guiding you and, directing you in kind of the positive path, so to speak. So again, I do hope that makes sense. And again, thank you very much as well for sending in your question to the show as well. And they just keep giving me Joe, so I'm not too sure if your granddad's name was Joe, or someone from Spirit is connected to your granddad by the name of Joe. So again, please do let me know. If you would like to send me a private message, just go to Irish Psychic on Facebook and simply click on the message function there, and you will be able to send me a private message there. So thank you very much. Okay, time for another quick break. If you have just joined me, it's now 11:30. There's 30 minutes left of this show, so there's still plenty of time to get a psychic reading on the show tonight. But I will be taking a voice call after this, so if you have not left a voice call yet, please do call the number. It's 01443 43 57. I'll call that number out once again. And again, if you're not too sure of the telephone number, all the details can be found on irishpsychic.net, just at the top of the page there. On the right hand side, you'll see the telephone number, or via Facebook as well. You'll see there the cover picture has the telephone number as well. And even if you're calling from outside of Ireland, it's not going to cost you a fortune. You're only going to be on the answering machine message for 30 seconds or even less, depending on what your question is. And all I need is your name, location, followed by your question as well. So if you call in, just say, hi, my name is John, I'm from Dublin, and my question is, and then leave your question, and then just hang up. Continue on listening into the show, and you never know, you may be getting a reading on the show tonight. So I hopefully will be answering 2 of those voice messages, and like I've mentioned there, you have a 90% better chance getting a reading if you leave a voice message. So if you're all sitting at home now, take out your mobile phones, take out your telephone, and just dial 01443 43 57. And if you're outside of Ireland, dial 00 353 43 43 57. So I do hope that I will be answering my first voice call after this next break. And hello to all the people in the chat room as well. You're very welcome to the show. Hello there to Delia Scorefield, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, and Alana Moore as well, and everyone chatting there via the chat room via Spreaker. Do join me after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball, the answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
Days turn into weeks, the months turn into years, and I feel never see your face, always trying to chase memories I lost in my life. All the things you do, if God had given you just one chance and a little more time. So I try to forget, I try to deny, I try to move on, but it's so hard not to cry. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that you've been here all alone. And maybe you're not alone. Everything reminds me of you. I can't rewind the time, and nothing I say and nothing I do can change the way that I've been missing you. The pain that I've been going through every day since you went away, and now you fade away in time. My memories skip the line, and sometimes I think that I'm losing you. I tried to sing your name, just one note, but the words they stick in my throat, and I don't know what to do. So I try to forget, and I try to deny. I try to move on, but it's so hard not to cry. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that you've been here all along, and maybe you're not alone. Help me not to fall on my knees. Maybe you're not alone. Just send your words in your love on the breeze. I try to forget, I try to deny, I've tried to move on, but it's so hard not to cry. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that you've been here all along. So I try to forget, and I try to deny, and I try to move on, but it's so hard not to see you. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe everything's all along, and I try to forget, and I try to deny, and I try to move on, but it's so hard not to see you. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that you've been here all along, and maybe you're not alone.
There you go, that was Shane MacDonald and Not All Gone. And speaking of Shane MacDonald, if you are a local artist like Shane is, he's from Wexford, and you would like to get your music featured on the Irish Psychic Show, all the music that you hear on the Irish Psychic Show is sent in to me to be played on the Irish Psychic Show. And if you know someone who's a musician or an artist and who would like to get their music featured on the show, please give them my website, which is irishpsychic.net. It's a great way of being heard, and you may have heard Dean Anthony. He has been played a few times on my show throughout the last year. Well, he has made it to the live shows of The Voice of Ireland, and the first show is coming up on Sunday, so do show him your support, and that is Dean Anthony. So you did hear him here first on the Irish Psychic Show, and please tell all your friends to log on to irishpsychic.net, click on the musicians and singers tab, and there you'll be able to upload your song to be played here on the show. And it's not for copyrighted music, so again, if you're a singer and you've covered a track by the Beatles or anything like that, I can't play anything like that. It has to be your, an original piece of music. Even if it's just a piano piece, you're more than welcome to send that in. Anything at all, I'll have a listen to it, and once it doesn't contain any vulgar language or anything like that, I will play that on the show as well. Okay, so the next person I would like to read for, I'm just going through all the questions because there was loads of questions, and the next person I would like to read for is Shelley from the USA. And you're very welcome, Shelley, to the show, and Shelley is an avid listener of the show. Will my daughter get a job soon? No problem at all, Shelley. So I'm just gathering the cards now, and I'm just shuffling them. And don't forget, if you would like to enter the competition that's ending just before I go off air tonight, it's for a private mini reading with myself. All you need to do is simply change your profile picture to the Irish Psychic logo. But all the details can be found via the event page on Irish Psychic. So if you have not yet joined the event, simply go to Facebook, type in Irish Psychic, and you'll see there the page with over 12,000 fans. Then click on events, and you'll see there where it says free psychic readings March the 13th. Change your profile picture to the logo that's actually uploaded there for you and all. So I've kind of made it pretty simple. And then just wait until near the end of the show, and I will be announcing the winner of that. Okay, so I'm just looking at the cards now. And this is for Shelley, and you're just inquiring, will my daughter get a job soon? They're actually giving me a 10-week period here, Shelley, because of the 8 of Sceptres in the reverse position, and the 8 of Sceptres in the reverse position is always about a new contract being signed, and because it's in the reverse position, they're indicating that's not going to happen just yet. We also have the 10 of Wands, which shows new directions. We have the Enchantress card here in the reverse position as well, and the Enchantress card is quite a significant card because it is one of the major cards, and again, a major card just means that there's a higher significance. And what they're actually indicating here, Shelley, is it's like if your daughter has kind of lost her self-esteem in terms of the work situation, and it can be very frustrating. And I know that for a fact, and a lot of people who are out of work at the moment, they're kind of thinking, oh, will I ever get a job? And you know, if you keep thinking that you're never going to get anywhere and you're never going to get a job, well, then you're just putting that affirmation out there that you never want to get a job. So you need to kind of see yourself in that employment first. So again, doing an affirmation, and an affirmation is a change of thought, and by saying I love and approve of myself and I have found work and all is well in my life, that is a positive affirmation, and you're affirming to the universe that is exactly what it is that you want from life. So it's just a matter of refocusing how you're thinking. And again, if you can tell your daughter that, please, for me, that would be absolutely brilliant. And thank you very much as well, Shelley, for sending in your question to the show. And we have another question sent into the show as well, and it's quite the opposite. And Mary Shanahan just wants to find out, will I be able to give up work soon? Thank you. No problem at all, Mary. So I'm just shuffling the cards. Okay, they just told me to stop, and I'm just looking at the cards now, Mary. Right, quite interesting here, the cards that are after coming up here, Mary, because we do have the move card, which is the 7 of Cups, so I do kind of see that you will be able to give up work quite soon. They're kind of indicating here it's going to be a 4-month period, so I'm not too sure if that's good news for you, but hopefully it is. But they're indicating here that it's going to be a 4-month period, but there's going to be some difficulties in terms of, are you making the right decision or are you not? And again, you know, you're the only person that knows best in terms of that, because we do have the 3 of Swords here in the upright position. And when the 3 of Swords comes up in the upright position, it can have a negative impact on how we're feeling in terms of the work situation. That I know you were asking there, can you give up work soon? But usually when this card comes up, it's like if I see an awful lot of emotion surrounding the situation. And I'm not too sure if you're a carer or anything like that, Mary, but I kind of just see you caring for someone. So again, I'm not too sure, but they're just giving me that. So again, let me know, please. Just send me a private message, or just send a message there via the event page. And thank you very much as well for sending in your question. The next person I'd like to read for is Andrea Linden Finn Kelly. So Andrea Linden Finn Kelly. And you're just inquiring, is there anyone in spirit got a message for me? Thank you. Well, I don't actually do the mediumship readings on the radio, Andrea, but all the details can be found on irishpsychic.net of private readings. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to see what spirit have to say for you as well. So I'm just looking at the cards now. Right, it was quite interesting because you did actually ask the question, does anyone have a message for you? But you do have the Spirit card, which is the Temperance card here. And on that, there is an angel with wings. And it's a very, very positive card because it does show, Andrea, that there is someone trying to communicate with you, but it's just up to you to kind of listen to what you're actually being given. And like I've mentioned there with regards to dreams, you'll often find a message coming through to your dreams as well. Now, they are giving me a pain on my right-hand side, just kind of around my hip area. Again, if you are suffering from any ailments, I do have to stress that you do need to go and see your doctor, because I can only advise on what I'm actually picking up during your reading. But they're just giving me here a pain on my right hand side around my hip area, so I'm not too sure if that's a weak area regarding yourself, but please do let me know in relation to that. But they are saying here, don't be kind of ignoring kind of the signs. It's like if you are getting signs in terms of what spirit are trying to communicate with you. So I do hope that has answered your question, and thank you very much as well for sending in your question to the show. Okay, we'll rock on, as they say. So the next person I'd like to read for, I'm just refreshing my main page now, which is irishpsychic.net. And the next person I'd like to read for, where is the question gone? No, I'm after reading that one already. Sorry, there's loads of questions here. Emma from Tala, and Emma is just inquiring, could I have a PPF, please? No problem at all, Emma. And if you don't really know what a PPF stands for, it just stands for a past, present and future reading, and it's a great alternative if you don't have a particular question. So I'm just looking at the cards now. Right, very interesting here. The cards are after coming up. For the past, we have the Magician card in the reverse position, one of the major cards. We have the Wheel card, again, one of the major cards in the reverse position as well. It's like here, Emma, that they're saying here that not everything is kind of sorted. It's like if I see an awful lot of paperwork, an awful lot of books around you, and you haven't yet kind of got those in order. And maybe it can be to do with, you know, a new job or thinking of, you know, changing jobs or something like that. But usually when this particular card comes up in the reverse position, not everything is sorted out just yet. And that's what they're indicating here with regards to the past. For the future, or sorry, for the present, we have the 5 of Swords in the reverse position, followed by the 6 of Cups in the reverse position. And that's directly related to a relationship that may be not working out. So again, it's pointless you staying in something that's not working out, because it'll just make you feel worse. And, you know, for anyone out there who's in a relationship that may not be working, don't feel the need that you need to stay in something just because you're afraid of what people will think or anything like that. Please just kind of, you know, think strong and know that sometimes, you know, not everything works out. And for the future, it's quite apt. Again, the cards that are after coming up are, we have the Lovers card here in the reverse position, and we also have the 3 of Cups in the upright position. And again, the Lovers card, because it's in the reverse position, you may be hesitant about taking that decision and taking the control of your own life in terms of what it is that you want, because sometimes we can feel weak and we can feel like if we don't want to give up something for the sake of maybe it can work out, but if it's not working out up till, you know, this point, you have to kind of ask yourself, well, if it's not changing now, it may never change, so it's best get out, and while you're still young is the best kind of message that they're saying here. So I do hope that that has answered your question, Emma, and thank you very much as well for sending in your question to the show as well. Okay, time for another break. It gives me a little chance to go through all the questions, so if you have not sent in your question yet for the show, please continue on to do so. You can send it in via irishpsychic.net, or you can send it in via Facebook as well, via the event page, and also via the chat room as well. I'm not actually answering any questions via the chat room, but during the commercial break I do try and say hello to everyone there, so do join me after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
I don't wanna miss you. I don't wanna wish you were here. Days turn into weeks, the months turn into years, and I feel never see your face, always trying to chase memories I lost in my mind. All the things you do, if God had given you just one chance and a little more time. So I try to forget, I try to deny, I try to move on, but it's so hard not to cry. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that you've been here all along, and maybe you're not all alone. Everything reminds me of you. I can't rewind the time, and nothing I say and nothing I do can change the way that I've been missing you. The pain that I've been going through every day since you went away. And now you fade away in time. My memories skip the line, and sometimes I think that I'm losing you. I tried to sing your name, just one note, but the words they stick in my throat, and I don't know what to do. So I try to forget, and I try to deny. I try to move on, but it's so hard not to cry. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that you've been here all along, and maybe you're not all alone. Help me not to fall on my knees. Maybe you're not all alone, all alone. Just send your words and your love on the breeze. I try to forget, I try to deny, I've tried to move on, but it's so hard not to cry. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that you've been here all along. So I try to forget, and I try to deny, and I try to move on, but it's so hard not to see you. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that the things that you want, and I try to forget, and I try to deny, and I try to move on, but it's so hard not to see you. When everything's right, something feels wrong. I've tried to believe that you've been here all along, and maybe you're not all alone.
There you go, that was another fantastic track by Shane MacDonald and Not All Gone. Okay, so it's time to announce the winner of the competition. So if you were one of those people that changed your profile over to my own logo, well, you could be a winner. So I'm just going through all the people here. 1 second now. It's after disappearing, but before that I'm going to read out some feedback we had, and it was from Sinead. You may have remembered Sinead sent in a question there regarding her granddad and the dream, and I just kept hearing the name Joe, and Sinead has just said, hi, you just gave me a reading on the radio. You said something about Joe. My granddad has a son called Joe, still living. Would that be who you might be talking about? Well, it more than likely is, Sinead. Usually when I'm hearing, certain messages, although I wasn't, when I do mediumship readings, again, usually I'm not on air, but again, your message did stand out, so I said I would do it, and it would be a message from your granddad, just kind of letting you know that your granddad is, okay, and in terms of Joe as well, it's kind of just a message there. So if you can just give my love to Joe as well, that would be brilliant as well, and do tell him that you had a reading on the Irish Psychic Show. And once again, thank you very much for getting back in contact just before the end of the show. So I'm just going back over to the events page now. So where is the events? Here we are. And Facebook, for some strange reason, it seems to be acting up. It just keeps showing me February. So thankfully I do have the event page there, but on my main wall it just keeps showing me February. I'm not too sure as well. Oh, and I forgot to mention as well, we have the new Pope. Hopefully you're all delighted. It was kind of like the X Factor, wasn't it, being honest? Because we're all waiting for the winner. And it was done. And I'm not going to even make a pronunciation of the new Pope, because I may get it wrong, but it's Francis anyway that he's known as, so we'll just call him Francis. Okay, so I'm just going through all the winners here, are all the people who changed their profile to my logo, and we do have a winner, and the winner is, I'm just going to play the drum roll first, because we always have to have a drum roll. Where is the drum roll gone? Here we are. Congratulations, Robert Vickers. Congratulations, you've won yourself one of those private mini readings with myself. So if you can, Robert, please email me via Facebook. Just send me a message, and you must claim that, I'm afraid, before 6 p.m. tomorrow. So unfortunately, if you don't claim it in time, it will be void. So that's Robert Vicker. So congratulations. And you can hear all the crowd there cheering for you. I just love the studio audience. They're just brilliant. They just clap on cue. Isn't that right, audience? There you go. Okay, so the next person I'd like to read for, there is only 4 minutes left of the show, I'm afraid. So I'm just going back over to the... Oh, I did have a story. I knew I had a story to tell you. Well, this is my story from today. You know, Cheltenham is happening here at the moment. Well, I wasn't really having, much luck, and I'm not too sure how my fans are getting on. Not that I do it all the time, but just for Cheltenham, I said I would. So I have the app on my phone, which a lot of people do. It's the Paddy Power app. And it said, my account balance was, something like €5. I done a few bets today, won one, then lost the rest, as you kind of normally do. And it said I had a free bet of €4. And I said, right, I don't know how to use it, but it's there anyway. So I tried to, my account was in, the zero. And I said, right, I'm going to use this €4 bet now. So I tried to, bet on a horse, and it was 25 to 1. And I put down something like, I think I put down €4 or something like that each way. So that's obviously 8, and obviously I made a mistake, so it can't work. Then I put down €4, and it didn't win, or it didn't work at all. So I rang them and confirmed my account details, and they said, yeah, you just need to click on the free bet first. And I said, okay, I'm still confused. So they said, with that free bet that I had, it had to be used by today. It had to be used on, in Cheltenham. So obviously the last race was, I think, 5:15 today. So I was in Duns. You may have seen the post there on Facebook. I was in Duns with my cousin Kathy, and it was 10 minutes past 5, and I wasn't really, panicking too much. But because it wasn't working, I rang them back again and said, listen, it's not working. And he said, you should see the drop down arrow. So you click that, and then it would say free bet. And I said, oh yeah, thanks very much. So I put in my bet of €2 each way, which is €4. And I bet on the horse, which is, I forget the name of it, but I forget the name of it anyway. But I bet €2 each way, which is €4, so that my bet, worked and everything. And that I just got in in the time that I had, because it started at 5:15. Thought nothing of it. Then I went off and I was walking around the shops. And then I decided just to check my account, knowing that I'm not going to win because it was a 25 to 1. And lo and behold, you'll never believe it, but my horse came first at 25 to 1 at €2 each way. I got €65. I think it was €65, give or take anyway. My horse came first. So, everyone keeps saying, oh, I should be able to predict these things. I can't. Just like yourselves, I have kind of these premonitions, and I look at the certain horses and I think that one will do well for me, and, maybe it won't do well. But it did. So I was absolutely over the moon that my horse came first. So let me know how you're doing. So just go to my Facebook page and comment there where, I've put the post up regarding Cheltenham. It would be great to hear how you're getting on. And there is a tip for tomorrow, even though I don't normally give out tips, but it's for Sam. I forget his name, but it's Sam somebody, and he's running in the 2 p.m. Race. I think it's the 2 p.m. one. I'm not too sure, but check that. But everyone keeps mentioning Sam, so I did place €2 each way on that particular horse. Not that the winnings are going to be good, because they're kind of favourites. He's 9 to 2, I think. But you never know. You have to kind of get in there as well. And it's just a bit of fun. And obviously, make sure that you don't, gamble unresponsibly. Make sure you, just bet what you can afford. Like 50 cent is all I do be betting. And I'm just delighted with the small win that I get. It's kind of more the novelty, rather than anything else. So don't think, for 1 minute that, you need to spend an awful lot of money. I don't. I'm just happy with the small win. Even if it is just €4 or 5, euro that I win, I'm delighted with that win. So don't think that you have to win big in order, to be successful. You don't. Okay, so the final person of the night, I'm afraid, because it's just 2 minutes before I go off air. So thank you very much as well for everyone who has sent in their question tonight. Don't worry, there was no voice messages tonight, so I'm not ignoring anyone, but the lines are open for Friday night show. And I don't know why you don't want to ring the telephone line. You have, you're not going to be speaking live to me. It's pretty straightforward. you just click on, the number, which is, or you dial the number, should I say, it's 01443 43 57, and then leave your, name and your question and your location after the tone. It is that straightforward, and I will be playing those voice messages on Friday as well. And before I go as well, and before I read for my last reader, can I just congratulate Kathy, who's going to be getting married in June, and I cannot wait for the wedding. But on Friday night it is her hen night, and I put up a very funny picture of an actual hen dressed in an outfit, and I mean an actual hen, the animal, and it's just very, very funny. I might share it on my Irish Psychic page. I'm not too sure if she's listening, but fingers crossed she won't mind, because it is quite funny. I thought it was quite funny. I giggled when I saw it as well, the fact that someone actually would do that. Okay, so the final person of the night, I'm just going through the questions. I'm actually going to take it from my main page, which is irishpsychic.net. So 1 minute now. I'm just going through all the questions here. The next person, or the last person, should I say, is Alana from Belfast. Will my money worries end soon? No, I'm actually after reading that one, Alana, because that was 2 days ago, sorry. The last person, I'm just actually going to refresh the page. I think I've done that one already, so I'm just refreshing the page. Actually, I might take it from Facebook instead, because my main page seems to be quiet, because everyone seems to be commenting on the event page. The last person of the night, where is the question? There was a question there. The questions are all over the place. Frida Malone, please can you tell me, am I due happiness in my life soon? 1 second, Frida, while I just shuffle the cards. And again, don't forget, you do have to do the affirmation, Frida, which is I love and approve of myself and all as well in my life. It's a main affirmation that I give an awful lot. It is really, really important that you say that. And you don't have to, be kind of feeling down in the dumps or anything like that. You can just say it anytime you want. And what they're showing here, Frida, is kind of like the way you're feeling at the moment, because we have the Black Magician card here, and that is a black magician sitting down in a chair, and it's like if you're just feeling stuck in a rut and things not moving anywhere in your life. And that's going to be the theme tonight on tonight's show, and you'll often find, like I've mentioned, there is kind of usually a theme. Never feel that you're stuck, never feel that you can't change in life. There's loads of different opportunities around you. It's just a matter of you looking for them and allowing those opportunities to open up to you, because sometimes we're so closed emotionally we forget that there's loads of people around us to help, and that's the one mistake that a lot of people make. So if you are feeling like you can't move forward in life, or maybe you're feeling that you can't get out of bed, make sure that you do let someone know how you're feeling. It's very, very important that you let someone know how you are feeling, and that's the most important thing, because even just communicating and telling someone how you're feeling, it is a very important thing to do. And a lot of people feel that maybe a weakness by saying something to someone, maybe that you're feeling low or anything like that, and it's not a weakness at all. It's just something that people wonder, how can I tell someone, or how can I share it without people thinking that I'm not able to cope. And a lot of people can cope in life. It doesn't mean that you're unsuccessful or anything like that. It just means that you're having a difficult time at the moment. And one number that I would like to give out is the Samaritans number, and if you've never called them before, they are absolutely fantastic. They're there 24/7. They're there to listen, and you don't need to worry at all. The call cost is a low call number, and it is confidential as well. And it's always good as well to tell someone, like I've mentioned, you don't even have to speak to a friend. You'll be speaking to someone that you don't know, and you can tell them your problems as well. And the number to call for the Samaritans, if you're calling from the Republic of Ireland, it is 1850 60 90 90. That's 1850 60 90 90. And if you're calling from the UK, the number to call is 08457 90 90 90. That's 08457 90 90 90. And as I've mentioned, they're there 24 hours a day, and they are fantastic as well. So I'm afraid that is it for another edition of the Irish Psychic Show. Can I just thank everyone for joining me on tonight's show. The next show is on Friday night at 11pm, and all you need to do to get a reading on that show is simply go to my main page, which is Irish Psychic on Facebook, and you will see the new event created right after this show, and it will be for March the 15th, and all you need to do is just join that and ask your question as well. And I will be running another competition there as well, so all you need to do is just change your profile picture to my logo, which is Irish Psychic. You will see I will put the picture up there via that event page, and once you've changed your picture to my profile picture, you're in that draw on Friday night. And congratulations to the winner as well of tonight's one as well, and make sure you claim that before 6pm tomorrow. Until Friday then, take care and have a fantastic night. From myself, Irish Psychic, good night.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
Just when I thought everything was going so right, so why pick this time to pick a fight? I sit there and listen to what you have to say. Tell me you're leaving and you're going away, away. And now you're going away. You're not here to stay. You're going away. You said you love me and that you're supposed to care. So why do you leave now, knowing how I'll feel? You said you love me, you said that you care. What am I to do now? You're not here, not here. And you're going away. You're not
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.